Axiology launched a foundation. Axiology launched a foundation, and they sent this to me a while back, but I hadn't gotten around to reviewing it. If you've been watching my channel, you know I haven't been feeling the best for quite a while. So I've definitely been a bit slow at putting out videos recently, but I figured I would sit down and review this foundation for you guys, or at least do like a little first impressions, demo it on the skin, all that stuff, let you know the details about it. So this is called the Fungdation foundation with mushrooms. So that's interesting. It comes in 17 shades. I have the lightest shade. It is the shade 1, and it is described as very fair skin with neutral to cool undertones. And let's read about this. So this is a skin-loving foundation. It's the first foundation infused with reishi and snow mushrooms, offering deep hydration and a natural radiant glow. This creamy, lightweight, and breathable formula offers light to medium coverage, all in eco-friendly, plastic-free packaging. Okay, so that is very interesting with the whole mushroom thing. Opening it up. It's this tiny little packaging, definitely very sustainable packaging and very much plastic free. So that is nice. I think this size is great for traveling. Normally I'm not a huge fan of stick foundations though, because they don't always blend the best, so we will see. If you want more product, you just push it up at the bottom and that's how you will get more product. So anyway, I don't know if I should just draw it directly on my skin. My skin is freshly washed and I did do my skincare routine, so should be good. If you didn't want to apply it directly to your face, you don't have to, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know if the shade's gonna be too light for me or not. It might be a little bit too light. Definitely need some bronzer though to liven up my skin. So I feel like using a sponge is might not be the best for this since it's a cream, but actually it feels like kind of light. It definitely feels like it's melting into my skin. So I'll try a brush on one side and then a sponge on the other side. So I'll start with the brush. I feel like that's gonna give me the most coverage. So I'm actually impressed right away just from like gliding it onto my skin. It actually melted into my skin quite nice. It doesn't feel heavy. And it does say a light to medium coverage, so I actually like that because I feel like with a stick formula, it'll be less likely to be as heavy looking on the skin. So that blended out really nice. Definitely light coverage. I do have some post-acne marks and some blemishes right now. So we can kind of see how this can cover those up. Definitely can see them still. But I actually think it looks quite nice. It actually doesn't look heavy at all, so it looks really nice on my skin. And I'm surprised because sometimes that doesn't happen with a stick foundation and then applying it with a brush, at least for me. Especially when you have like some texture on your skin. But anyway, that actually looks pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and try to build it up a little bit more on this side. Again, going in with the brush. Nice and easy to blend out. Like it doesn't feel like I'm like dragging the product on my skin. It's quite easy to blend out. So I'm actually impressed so far. I actually didn't have super high hopes for it because it's a stick foundation. Again, I don't super often work the best for me, but it actually blends out really nice. And I feel like the shade isn't bad for winter. I definitely would want to like bronze my face a little bit because it makes me look, I feel like, a little washed out, but I feel like it's a pretty good shade match. All right, so still looks pretty good. I can see it closer up, like now that I've applied 2 layers, I can see it a little bit on my skin, but overall it still looks pretty seamless, pretty skin-like, so that is nice. All right, now we're gonna do the sponge on the other side, but let me just apply a bit. It doesn't seem like there's like a whole lot of product in here. This comes with, how many ounces does it come with? This comes with 0.4 ounces. Okay, yeah, so you are getting a pretty small amount of product. So I don't know how long this would last if you're using it super often, but it is nice that the packaging is nice and small, at least for traveling, or if you just don't want a lot of just large items. Okay, blending out with a sponge also blends out pretty well. Let's see. I feel like the brush is almost applying it more seamless, surprisingly. Normally the sponge works better, but maybe just for this formulation. I mean, this still works okay, but I'm finding in some areas it almost looks a little more detectable on my skin than with the brush. It's like the brush blended it out a little better. All right, let's also try to get more on this little blemish right here. See if that can cover it up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this isn't really gonna cover this blemish up too well, but it does a little bit. And I feel like this is definitely, you know, evening out my skin tone a little bit, but I'd still say, even with the second layer, I wanna say it's like a light coverage, at least for me right now with the post-acne marks that I have and the blemishes that I have. I can still kind of definitely like see them all poking through, but not bad. I mean, I actually normally have been going for more light coverage looks because I just like the seamless look on my skin. I want my skin to look like my skin. I'm kind of past the days where I want to have like a fuller coverage. That's just me personally. So I actually like that this is like a light coverage. I definitely understand why they say it could be built up to medium though, because I don't know, it's pretty close to medium, I feel like, but just because I have like some blemishes here, it's harder to feel like they're like covered that much, but I do think it's about a light to medium coverage. So yeah, does a good job at evening out my skin tone. It blended in, I feel like, well on both sides, but I almost feel like the side with the brush blended out better for this formula for some reason. They're both worked fine though, and I feel like they both look pretty seamless. Obviously when you look up close, I can detect that there's some foundation on my skin, but overall I feel like it's still pretty seamless. The first ingredient is meadow foam seed oil. It has jojoba esters, it has sunflower seed wax. So yeah, it has cocoa seed butter, moringa seed oil. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for if you have like acne prone skin, I don't know if like using a lot of these oils would potentially make your skin feel congested, but I don't know. As far as it actually feels on the skin, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It actually feels quite lightweight. So that's very nice. It doesn't feel like a thick stick foundation. I could see this being something that somebody would like if you're very like minimalistic, if you just don't want like large products and you just want little products, if you want sustainable products. This is great because it's plastic free and it's so small, so it's great for just tossing in your purse, taking traveling with you, or just not having a large product take up space in your home. So I don't know, that's nice about this. It's very small and looks very minimalist, so that's nice too if you're into that. But yeah, the whole mushroom thing, I guess, is that the reishi and the snow mushrooms are supposed to offer a deep hydration and a natural radiant glow. It does give the skin like a nice radiance. It's not dewy, it's not matte, but it makes my skin have a nice like glow to it. I don't know if you can really tell, but it definitely makes my skin look nice and I feel like healthy, and it just doesn't look like I have like a thick makeup product on. Also, I should have mentioned the price point. So this is actually like so expensive. I feel like this retails for $42, which that just seems so expensive, especially because you're getting such a small amount of product, or you're not even getting a full ounce of product. You're getting 0.4 ounces. So I feel like that price point's really high. I do have a discount if you are interested in trying this. I'll put it in the description box below if you would like it, but I don't know, that just feels pretty expensive for such a small amount of product. So I don't know. Yeah, the price point definitely throws me off a bit. Maybe like sourcing the ingredients for this, I don't know if that was like difficult to do or if it's more expensive to make, but I don't know, that just feels like a pretty high price point. And it's, you know, it's made with like cardboard packaging, so I can't see that being like super expensive. I would hope not, but yeah, I don't know. The price point is definitely, I feel like, a bit expensive. I feel like the price range for this should be closer to like, I don't know, like 20 at the most. Like, I mean, you're not even getting a full ounce of product. So yeah, it definitely seems like a high price point. I do like how it looks. I think it's pretty nice, but honestly for the price point, I don't know if it's quite worth it. Again, I do have a discount for 20% off. I feel like with that, it makes it a little more worth it, but I still feel like the Eva, the price point is just a little too high considering you get such a small amount of product, and it's pretty. But yeah, I feel like the price point just makes it harder to think about like this wanting to be or becoming a favorite. I mean, it's okay. I feel like it's not anything crazy different than other products that I have. Like I just don't feel like I like it quite enough to feel like it's worth $42. I just feel like that's really high. I do love the fact that it is sustainable packaging. I do really like that, and the small packaging is nice because it's just great for traveling. It doesn't take up a lot of space on your countertop or wherever you put your makeup. So I do like that about it, and I do think that the formula is nice. I do think it looks nice on my skin. I do like it. I just feel like the price point just makes it a little more difficult to recommend because I feel like it's just pretty expensive. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel and you want to see more content from me, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune in for my next video.